friends, I am back with another video trying out some more new makeup for you guys. I have been trying to catch up with all of the new stuff that I've had coming in, and I've been really fortunate to have some fun stuff come in via PR and a couple of orders and things like that. So I wanted to go ahead and do some stuff with you. So the first thing I'm going to pull out, so Sigma has come out, you guys, with some new skin tint products, and I'm really curious to see how these are. These are the Skin Perfector Hydrating Tints, and these are coming out on August 6th. So these are the skin tints right here in the box, and then we have a powder. I think they already have powders in their collection, and then the color corrector. And I love this color corrector, guys. Like, this is a favorite of mine. I had the chance to try this out after Sigma put me on their PR list, but I have two shades of the skin tint here, and then I have the powder, which is their setting powder. And the powder, it looks like it's going to be a little deep for me to put like here under the eyes, but I think it'll be good to set the face. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a little bit of color correcting with the, what is this? The Spectrum Color Correcting Duo Medium to Dark. So I am more medium-ish, but I do like this darker color correcting shade for some of my more pronounced hyperpigmentation. But I've been really impressed with a lot of the things that Sigma's been coming out with, guys. They have just really been coming out with release after release. They started out mostly as a brush brand, and then I think over time, you know, as you guys probably know, they've had like more color cosmetics, palettes, things like that. But I knew, not because anyone told me, but at some point they were going to probably foray into color cosmetics and complexion. So I'm really excited to try these skin tints out, and I'm glad that they did the color correcting duo in here with this, guys. So I'm just like going into both shades and covering up my little spots and dots and things like that. Yeah, let me know what you guys have tried from Sigma. I know they have been having a really good sale lately, guys. Like, I do have a code with Sigma, Erika, for 10% off, and I so appreciate it when you guys are able to use my code. But my code is usually stackable with the sales, so that's really nice. And they have some really good discounts on a bunch of products across their website. So I'm just very quickly dabbing this on there, guys. Like, I just decided to go for it. I'm just going in there with the color corrector. And I feel like I have, this is medium to dark. I think I have the dark to deep one that I have already used in the past. And so this one's actually a little bit lighter than the one that I had before, but that's fine. So we have we have shade 4 here. So that's shade 4. And then we have shade 5 in the skin tint, which is a little bit deeper. So you can see 4 and 5. And I think I'm going to go in with 5. I think 4 might work for me in the winter time, but I think 5 is where it's at right now. And this product is supposed to be enriched with hyaluronic acid, vitamin E, plant-derived squalane, niacinamide. You apply with your brush, and then let's see. Yeah, it's a Skin Perfector. Let's see. So I don't know how full coverage this is gonna be, but this is my first time, guys. Like, so super duper first impressions. It's a little bit more orangey on me than I anticipated, and I don't know how it's gonna dry down. I don't know if this oxidizes, but this is just those first few squeezes. But this is a skin tint, guys, so this is not full coverage. And so if you are looking for full coverage, this might not be it. But this is actually, it's going on really, really nicely. It's going on kind of like matte, like it's not greasy feeling or anything like that. It doesn't feel like, you know, overly dewy. And so I'm just seeing how I like this so far. And it is performing the way I would expect a skin tint to perform. I can still see my freckles. I can still see some of the blemishes that I have. So this is a very light coverage. This is how it looks so far. And as you can see, very light coverage. It's not bad. I would say that this is probably ideal for someone who's just looking for something to get out the door and want to do, if you want to do like a no makeup look. I think for me, for today's look, I do want to do something a little bit more full coverage. So I'm actually going to put a foundation on over this, and I will be back. Okay guys, so I went ahead and I went in with my Maybelline Fit Me foundation. This is the matte and poreless, and this is in the shade 312. And I went ahead and just put it on right over the skin tint, which I think could be a nice skin prep primer type of product if you were looking to do something a little bit more full coverage. And so that is just a personal preference for me. I think if you like a light coverage, the skin tint is going to be really good for folks who don't have as many blemishes to cover, and or if that is just your preference, is to like have something super lightweight on the face. I know I like to go a little bit more full coverage, so that's why I went in with the foundation. But with that being said, I have a couple of new powders to try out as well. I actually have like 3 powders here. I have one from Sigma, which is their soft focus setting powder in cinnamon, and then I have the LYS loose setting powder here in resilience. It's their translucent shade, and then I have their setting powder in the shade, what is this, independent. So this is like a tan. So as you can see, the Sigma one's like kind of deep, and then we have independent tan, which is also like kind of a medium shade. And then what I like to do is I like to go in with this translucent shade under the eye. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I am really excited to try out the LYS powders as well. They currently have the pressed powder, which I really like. I have really been impressed with how smooth the LYS powders are. So I'm just going to go in with my triangle sponge and just apply this under the eye. Like, this is where I like to put the majority of my powder, and just set that under eye. And I'm just like building and blending and pressing this under the eye so it will stay. And it's going on really nicely. So you can see the difference between this eye and obviously the eye I haven't set yet. But I have been so impressed with a lot of these kind of medium to small brands, like these, I think Sigma and LYS are still independent, even though you can find them in bigger stores. It's been really impressive to see these women-owned brands coming out with innovative products and really filling in gaps in places that some of the bigger brands kind of have overlooked, and doing it at affordable price points. Because I would say, you know, Sigma and LYS, they're kind of, in my opinion, in the same range, price range, as far as like their products and things like that. And then when you're able to factor in like discount codes and sales like and things like that, I mean, you don't have to pay these like luxury prices in order to get really good complexion products and color cosmetics these days. And I think that's really nice, because sometimes these drugstore prices actually are more than you would pay for some of these other non-drugstore brands. And the quality is like absolutely there. So I'm really happy so far with this setting powder. That's going on really smoothly. And as you guys can see, I just dabbed it in. I didn't bake or anything like that or let it sit on the face. I know my oils, especially because it's warm in Maryland right now, are going to go ahead and like very nicely meld these products together. So I'm not too worried about staying dry right now, because I know that as the day goes on, my oils are going to start to come through. So I just feel like this is really good insurance for today's look. And I'm really impressed with how this powder is performing, and I think the component is really interesting too. It comes in a triangle. Now, I don't know how it's going to go when you get to the end, but I love the packaging for LYS. It's always so cute. She has everything in a triangle. So that is the setting powder. So I want to go ahead and get started on my eye look for you guys. And I did my previous video featuring a different eyeshadow palette, and I've already forgotten what I used, guys. I'm sorry, my memory is like, oh no, I used the Adept Legend of Ardra palette, which is brand new, but I wanted to use this palette today. This is the Hot Mess Mama collab that she did with Ofra, and I think that, yeah, this is the Sweet and Sassy signature palette, and you have 5 shades here. And what's nice about these is that you could use these as eyeshadows and blushes, and you have a really pretty highlighter shade here. So I'm gonna go in with this shade, let's see, I think it's New Journeys, if I'm looking at this correctly. It's kind of like this reddish shade right here, or I say almost like a persimmon shade, and it's really pretty. And I'm gonna just put this in the crease, and that's going on really beautifully. Ofra has some really stunning formulas. That is really pretty. I'm really impressed. So I want to say congrats again to Rhonda. I've mentioned in my last video, I have met her. She's so lovely. She's a lot of fun. Her content's really fun. And it's so exciting when you get to see another content creator able to do a collab like this. It's really, really nice. I'm going to go in with what I think this is the shade Dream Big. I could be reading this wrong, guys, so I apologize. But Dream Big is this kind of plummy shade right here. I'm going to go in the outer corner of my lid with this shade. And you guys, I'm not doing anything special. I'm just going in with this like elf brush that I have. But I'm super impressed with how the shades are applying, because as I have mentioned numerous times, my eyelids, they do have texture, and these mattes are going on really, really beautifully. It's really, really nice. I really like that. I am super impressed so far. That's really, really pretty. So I want to kind of like blend this out a little bit over here and over here. So I am wiping my brush off a little bit. And I'm going to go in with a little bit of the shade Hallway Meetings and put that here to soften the edge of the shade in the crease a little bit. And that way I get to try out more of the colors as well. But this is just such a fun and bright palette. If you like pinks and you like mattes, this is really, really nice. And then we have this highlighter shade here. This is called Sweet and Sassy. Now, I think I want to do a little bit more than just the Sweet and Sassy. Like, I want to put the Sweet and Sassy on, but I'm going to pull in, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go in with my peach palette. Excuse me. I'm going to go in with the peach palette. And I want to use this shade You're a Peach. So this is the Gourmand Girls Peach Perfect palette. So I'm going to use the shade You're a Peach because I feel like it'll really go well with like the pink, and I was correct. I really like that. I wanted like a little bit more of like pink shimmery goodness in this look. And I like how this is working together with Rhonda's palette. It's such a pretty shimmery shade. But this is what I like to do. I kind of like to like mix and match. And sometimes I struggle to just like stick to one thing. So I want to try multiple things. And then I'm going to go in with Sweet and Sassy after all, because I really want to tap this on the center. Like I want that kind of gold shimmer on here as well, and just give my look a little bit more oomph, a little more dimension. And I think that that looks really nice together. I really like that. And that's not a hard look to put together, just pulled from a couple of different palettes. So I am going to go ahead and add a little bit of color to the bottom lash line as well. I'm just going to take this Blend Bunny brush and I'm going to go in with this shade Dream Big. So this pinky color, this looks really pretty, and I'm going to like try to keep it a little bit close to the lash line here. I don't want to pull it down too far. I find when I expand out too far in either direction, it's just more than I want. And this look is already really pretty bold. It is pretty bold, but it's really pretty. Pretty in pink. And that is really, really nice. So I'm going to stop here, guys. I'm going to put on some lashes, some liner, some lashes, and I will be back to finish the rest of this look. Okay, so I did a little bit of a winged liner, and I'm waiting for the glue to dry down on my lashes, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put on my lip color, guys, which is this lip duo from Rhonda's collection. So we have this shade Gemini, and I put this on in my last video, you guys, and it was just so pretty. And I really like the Ofra liquid lip formula. It's really nice. It is such a pretty pinky nudie shade, and I really, really appreciate and love how smoothly it goes on. It's such a pretty, pretty color. I'm going to let that dry down a little bit before I put the gloss on. And I'm going to go in with one of these ColourPop blushes that I recently got. And guys, when I put on this shade Royal Flush in my last video, it was like so intense. These are really, really pigmented, and they're pretty long wearing. So I'm literally going in with like that much because I really overdid it last time. Like I looked a little crazy and then it was just kind of hard to blend it all out. So I'm going to go in with this Sigma Soft Angled Cheek brush. This is the F43. I think this is included in their sale that they have or had going on. But it's a really nice blush brush, and I got to work kind of quickly with the product because the little dab that I put is already drying down. So pros and cons to these blushes. I think I'm gonna like put a little bit on my hand and just see if I can like blend it out that way. So just like a little bit, and taking it with the brush, and then I'm gonna do it this way. I think that's a little bit better. These are really very pigmented. So as you guys can see in real time, you know, I'm showing you my learning curve with these ColourPop liquid blushes. I personally think that these are really great for the price point. I think they're like $8 each or something like that. But I will say I've had an easier time with other liquid blush formulas. The Juvia's Place ones are really good. Those are also super pigmented. And then I really like the Rare Beauty liquid blushes as well. So this is, okay, I'm not loving how this is blending out. I'm going to be really honest with you. And it might just be this color, because this is really pink, and it's kind of like lifted a little bit of my foundation up. So I don't know how I feel about that. So I'm going to go back over that part of my cheeks with the a little bit of my foundation with the soft coverage brush, and just kind of try to see if I can like make that look a little bit more seamless. I like this color, but I'm not loving how it applies, and it could just be the combination of the products. I wonder if I had just put it over the skin tint, or I just put it over my bare skin. So right here, there's this patch that just the product didn't go in. So I'm going to try like just the teeniest dot, you guys, and try to see if I have like a little bit of success of getting that to look a little bit more even. So it might not be the product, it could be me, you know, it could be that I'm the problem, and I don't know, I'm still, this area right here is still not doing it for me. So I don't want to keep forcing it, but I don't know about this. I like the color. I'm not really loving the formulation of that. So I'll try and like show you guys closer up what I'm talking about. Like right here, it's looking a little bit patchy. So that's kind of disappointing. I might just go ahead, you guys, and go in with like my Milani blush. This is like tried and true, and that's covering that spot up perfectly. Yeah, I really, this is working better for me, the Milani. I'm just putting it on top of the ColourPop blush. The ColourPop blush formula for me is like very hit or miss. I purchased the cream blushes in the Pokemon collection and I did not really care for those. It was a little bit greasy and not very easy to apply for me, and that could just have, you know, everything to do with like my skin type and that kind of thing, but I didn't really love it. So anyway, Milani has gotten me together. I'm going to go in with a little bit of the Butterfly Kisses lip gloss from the Ofra collection with Hot Mess Mama, and again, I always wipe the doe foot applicator off between swipes just to make sure I don't get any unwanted pigment in the clear gloss. But that is super duper pretty. And I'm going to go ahead and put my lashes on. So I have these really cute lashes. These are from the brand True Beauty lashes. They did send these to me. I can't remember the name of the style off the top of my head, but it is another woman-owned brand, and I'm going to link these in the description box below for you guys. But I really like their lashes. They're very feminine and wispy and really pretty, and they just give a lot. I mean, like, these are long, so if you aren't into longer lashes, these might be like a lot for you, but I just, with a look like this, I feel like I have to do more with the lash. So I'm just putting that on there, and bear with me while the glue dries, you guys. Just use this like House of Lashes glue on the lashes themselves, and it is the clear one, so it looks kind of white, but it's going to dry down. It's going to dry down clear. And yeah, I love these lashes so much. They're so pretty. And I'm just going to pop that on there. I had let the glue dry, not dry, but like get a little bit tacky. I've had a lot of my friends ask me how I apply my lashes, so I want to work on a lash how-to video, but I'll probably do it in short form content because I've discovered that some of these longer tutorial videos, like, it's not really, they don't really perform super great on my channel, and that is no one's fault. It's just not necessarily what people are interested in. But do you see what these lashes add? So these are the True Beauty lashes. And again, I'm blanking on the name, which makes me so mad at myself. And I'm going to take a little bit, you guys, of the shade Sweet and Sassy here, this highlight shade, and I'm going to take this Sigma High Cheekbone Highlighter brush, and I'm going to just tap a little bit of this on here. That's really beautiful as a highlighter. So I really like that this palette is multi-purpose. I probably should have gone in here for like the blush shade instead of the ColourPop, but I wanted to try and just see how I like that formulation since we're trying a bunch of new stuff. But this is really, really pretty. Hi, sweetie. How are you? Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Do you want to be in the camera? Say hi. That's Silas. That's my handsome boy. I love you. Are you hungry? Okay, I'll be up in a minute. I'm almost done with this, okay?
The gymnast finals on.
It is? Okay.
It's still 2:30.
It's still 2:30?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you take the puppy out?
Oh, he's still sleeping.
He's still sleeping. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I'll be up in a minute, okay? Yeah. All right. Thank you for making a cameo. So that's my younger son, and we've just had the Olympics on nonstop, you guys. Like, we've been watching swimming. I think we saw badminton. We've seen a bunch of different sports come on, and so we've been enjoying them. But yeah, so here's the finished look, you guys. So we have the Sigma Skin Tint. Okay, this is coming out August 6th, so I'll try to get this video up before that comes out. And then the Soft Focus Setting Powder in Cinnamon. I didn't get a chance to use it in this video, but it looks really, really finely milled and nice. And again, didn't get to try it in this video, but I will keep this in rotation because I do want to try it out. But I'm going to have to use it as like a setting powder because it's a little deep to go under my eyes. But what I did like was this LYS setting powder that they sent me in the shade Translucent, or Resilient as she has labeled it. It's really, really nice. Very, very finely milled. And actually, yeah, it did a nice job of, you know, mattifying my makeup. Now the blush, okay, this ColourPop blush in the shade Wildest Dreams, I think I'm gonna have to play with this. I might mix it with like a liquid highlighter to see if I like that better. It was a little patchy for me, so I'm not sure that I loved that. I mean, I'm grateful that I received it, but I ended up having to go with my tried and true Milani blush. I think the star of the show for me is this really beautiful palette. Okay, Rhonda did a beautiful job. I think this is a really, really pretty palette if you love pinky shades, because you could definitely go a little bit deeper. You could go brighter. You can use this as a companion palette, and the highlighter is multi-purpose because it can go on the lid or on the face. And then I'm really obsessed with the lipstick shade that she chose, and I love to top it with this gloss. I think this collection is so cute, and for all my folks out there who are like really into pink, it is such a great collection. And then of course this Sigma color corrector. This one's again a little bit light, but I still really like this formula. I would say I probably would go with the dark to deep one next time. I do have that one in my vanity upstairs, and I use that one all the time. I've actually hit pan on it. So this formulation is really, really nice. It is so good at disguising blemishes, that kind of thing. And of course, as always, I love using my Sigma complexion brushes, like my face brushes. They had their newer line come out. I think this was called the Soft Focus brushes that came out. I have the soft coverage, soft angled cheek, and then this is just a random Beach Cosmetics brush, but I really, really, really like these. So, and off camera, I did put my LYS concealer on, and I used this soft angled concealer brush, and I really like it because it just gets like really like in the corners. And if you're like me, I have like a deeper set, like my eyes kind of just go in a little bit, and I really like how I can just get into the corners with this one. But yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think. Oh, let me not forget, I did use this Peach Perfect, and I used the shade You're a Peach with the Ofra palette in conjunction with one another. I think they played really nicely together to get this look. So yeah, let me know what you guys think of this look. I just have been enjoying trying to come on here and film for you guys and show you some of the products that I have been getting, because there is so much new stuff coming out and it is kind of hard to keep up with it, but it is fun to get on here and chat with you guys. Let me know what you guys think of this look. Make sure to like this video if you enjoy content like this. Please leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys. It makes my day to be able to chat with you in the comments. And please consider subscribing to my channel. I would love to have you join my little corner of the internet where we chat about makeup and we keep it chill over here. And yeah, thanks for taking time out of your day to hang out. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.